I know, it's like
Oh
weird.
my gosh, we're
Headphones.
live. Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
we're live from Northside Drafthouse.
I gotta turn this fucking brightness down, dude. It's so bright.
Dude, you're so bright right now.
Your future's so bright you have to wear shades.
Oh,
Welcome to
block out the
Hockey
haters.
live from Northside Drafthouse here on, what day is it? Saturday.
Saturday
night.
April Fools, bitches.
Hey, you guys thought it was a
happening
joke.
right now. Yeah, this is not a joke.
No,
this is not a joke.
There is currently 18 minutes and 30 seconds left in the Dallas Stars game against the Colorado Avalanche. If the Dallas Stars clinch tonight, they are in the playoffs. They are currently down 1-0, and hasn't been a bad game so far aside from the goal. But we are here live at Northside Drafthouse. We're going to be answering some questions here for the next, 40 minutes to an hour. Maybe we'll sneak a couple of Stars legends on. And by Stars legends, I mean Marty Turco.
He's in the house.
He's in the house. Also, Al Montoya is in the house as well. So for our goalie nerds out there, there are two legends in the crease in the house, and hopefully Jake Ottinger can continue to be a legend in the crease besides that one he let in the first period.
We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not talking about it. But we have a ton of questions to go over, and by a ton, I mean a couple. And if you guys are watching live or listening live, make sure to send in some questions here over the next couple minutes. We've got just a plethora of things going on. This is a sensory overload, if I may, if I must.
You may.
Thank you.
Yeah, you must. You really must.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
Sorry, everybody got occupied. I changed my name on the thing because, I'm not really in the picture.
No, you have the.
I'm just the gang.
You're just making
gang.
You're making me realize my posture is dog shit.
Well, hey, dude, fix that. You know what might help?
Croissant over there. Oh, excuse me.
I'm a croissant. A
croissant.
croissant.
He's French croissant. Hey, know what would probably help fix your posture?
What's that?
If you had a dope bag.
Oh, from Conway and Banks, you mean? Like a white one?
Oh my gosh, dude!
Let's talk about the
Percy,
white Conway and Banks bag.
Percy, if you're listening to this or you're watching this,
his name's Percy.
Yeah,
that's a sick name.
It is. He's from they're up in Ontario, near Toronto area. Really cool people. But yeah, dude, if you're listening to this or watching this by chance and this gets out to you, what the heck, man? On the socials, you didn't even post the white bag. But
yeah, I would have bought that in a
hell.
heartbeat. It would have gone well with my white gloves that I'm going to get pretty soon. Looks like we got another penalty coming up. And guess what? He's trash. He is getting to the level of Ryan Suter in my mind.
Well, let's not go that far.
Yeah. Which, by the way, No. We got breaking news today. Ryan Suter extended for 10 years for 17 hot dogs and a bag of hockey pucks.
What a steal.
What a steal indeed.
What kind of hot dogs were they, though?
Nolan Ryan beef hot dogs.
Nolan Ryan beef hot dog?
Not Earl Campbell, because I heard that Nolan Ryan was a ring chaser on, I think it was 97.1 The Freak, where they were like, Nolan Ryan only shows up to the Rangers organization when they're in a chance to win a ring, and then he goes down to Houston otherwise. I don't know. We're a hockey podcast. Can't talk about it.
That sounds about right, though.
Honestly, that's how it seemed lately. But like I said, we're here at Northside Drafthouse. We're here for the what's that brewery called?
The fourth annual
Kingsville Brewery.
Kingsville
Pint
Brewery.
Night
Marty Turco.
Which, by the way, happy 4th birthday, Kingsville.
Yeah.
We can sing a song. Do you guys know that song, Happy Birthday?
Kingsville Brewery, for me, 4 years, for me. Is it like that?
Yeah, 4 more years of Kingsville Brewery.
And 4 less years of Yanni Hockenpah and Ryan Suter.
That sounds like a plan. I can hop on board on that plan.
I do want to give.
I have it on good authority that he re-signed for a bag of hockey pucks and 17 hot dogs.
That's what we just talked about. Yes, she's right. She's right. Yeah. I do want to give a special shout out. If you're watching on Facebook, the Dallas Stars diehards, they gave us this awesome bumper sticker. That's not going to go on my bumper, but it's going to go on something. So I want to shout out the Dallas Stars diehards, the Facebook group known as the Dallas Stars diehards, for giving us that sticker.
You got to go talk to John and get approved to it. You got to send him an email.
Yeah. Also, shout out to these badass bumper stickers and window stickers, mostly window stickers.
I've got one.
They're mostly laptop stickers.
That too. I have one on my Honda Civic. It's very fuel efficient.
I've got one
The
on
car.
my very fuel efficient Hyundai Palisade.
What?
I've got one on my not fuel efficient
You were
F-150.
What?
You were there when I put it on my car.
I was.
All right.
Oh, hey, what's up, Kakoa? Gabriel in the chat. Hey, Kakoa, I cannot tell you how much I miss your breakfast masubi. It is absolutely life-changing. If you guys listening have never tried Spam masubi, one, fix your life. Fix your life.
Seriously, what are you doing?
If you've never tried it at Kakoa's Kitchen in Allen, Texas, right across from the Cudex Event Center, which is no longer with us, unfortunately, also question your life. Because that place was phenomenal with Blake sneaking in.
I was going to see if he wants to be on right now, but
No, he's just working.
Very busy.
But yeah, so we're live at Northside Drafthouse. We've got a bunch of questions, so I'm just going to start tossing them you guys' way. We'll kind of go over everything. Jacob Ficor, he's here actually, so he might see this at a later time.
Sure
But
is
his
here.
I knew he
question.
said he was coming. I didn't see him yet.
You didn't see the mullet?
He's sitting up at
How
the
could you
front.
miss it? Jared with a nice wave.
yep.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Autograph on a receipt, and we'll sign it after to make it worth more money.
Jared's such a fucking beauty.
First,
Absolutely.
he is. He's honestly, him and Blake, obviously the reason that we have our
God,
that's 2-0 Avalanche.
Colorado doing Colorado things, and
Maybe we should not start Jake Ottinger 2 games in a row, but we don't have a backup goalie because he's busy rehabbing down in Cedar Park. Listen, there's a lot of negative things going on in the Stars game right now, but we're gonna get past it. We're gonna grow together. The first question that we had was from Jacob. I didn't take all the names down of the questions that were asked, so I apologize in advance. But we're gonna, if it's your question, you'll know.
Yeah, tag us in the comments with it.
Yeah, tag us in the comments.
That
would
was
you?
my question.
First question, and we posted about this, and it blew up. And people were questioning whether or not we were right about it, and they thought that we didn't have an inside source.
As if it was
I
some
have
sort
a
of
story
like,
for you after this question.
All right,
as if
all right,
it was
I
some
love it.
sort of like April Fool's Day prank or something like that.
Yeah, which was dumb because that's today, and we posted
Exactly.
this like 3 days ago. The question was thoughts on the upcoming renovations at the American Airlines Center. Now, if you are listening to this, or if you listen to this at a later time and you don't know, the Dallas Stars and Dallas Mavericks, and I say that it's the American Airlines Center, are putting in not just brand new seats with cup holders, because
All of them.
that has been a thing where the cup holders have been on the seats in front of you, right?
Yes.
So you put your
on
drink
some.
down.
On some.
Up in
Right.
the 300s, I think they're on the actual handle. They're on the thing.
So
But they
they're
don't have the little T-bar at the bottom.
Right,
you
they're
can't-
holy.
You can't put a beer in there.
They're blessed. I think they're replacing those, as well as others, with cup holders snugly put
They need it.
on the
You
armrest.
put your 16-ounce Modelo, and it's gonna drop straight through.
You mean your 16-ounce, $24 Modelo?
Or,
Yeah.
You
or
would
your
still pay
skinny
it.
ass Mick Ultra.
Okay.
Oh,
hey.
That's not even touching the sides. It's going all the way to the ground.
All the way
Yeah.
through. It needs more girth.
It's an abyss. It's an abyss.
Fact.
So they're replacing those, and they are replacing the Jumbotron with a completely new Jumbotron. The old one is out. The new one's coming in. It's going to have an undercarriage where you can see a screen around it. It's going to have way more perks, way more bells and whistles. And people were questioning whether or not that was a real post. They thought that we were joshing, we were fooling.
You know,
As if that
what's
was some
funny?
sort of like Chat GPT. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
hey, Chat GPT, draft
Yeah.
up a Jumbotron for the new American Airlines.
Hey, create something that's going to really get the Watahocky French fries razzled and question our authority.
As if like this information hasn't been out there for a couple weeks already.
Right. So shout
we
out to
weren't
the
breaking
Dallas.
it, so.
Shout out to
Thank
the
you,
Dallas
Mavericks.
Mavericks. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks.
Shout out,
They
Mike
were the
Gibbon.
ones. They were the ones that actually sent it out, I believe, to their season ticket holders.
Accidentally, they weren't supposed to.
Yes. They double dribbled, if you will.
Yeah.
They lost again tonight, and they're so much further out of the playoffs than they even were
It's
like
because
2
they
weeks
leaked
ago.
The information.
The Mavericks are
This is karma.
they're bad. They're bad. I mean, granted, the Stars are losing 2-0 right now to the Colorado Avalanche on Saturday night here.
I
They're
believe
at the
first
ball.
place Colorado Avalanche. Oh no, it was Wild.
The Wild are first place. They're at the ball sack in Colorado. We're here at Northside, but yeah, no, don't ever question us. Don't ever question whether or not
We don't deal in fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not fake.
What is it? There's a TikTok of this Scottish fellow, and he's like, I don't deal in maybes. I only deal in absolutes. I don't say maybes and mights. That's my guy. So yeah, I don't know about you guys. I'm super excited about it. The AAC is one of the oldest arenas in the NHL, surprisingly.
Which is odd to me.
Yeah,
really.
it's only been around for like just over 2
99.
decades. Yeah. And now it's considered one of the oldest arenas in the NHL. It's still a phenomenal arena. It's one of the best arenas to watch hockey in. I'm not biased, but I don't know. Shannon, what do you think about the new renovations to the American Airlines Center?
So obviously I'm all for it. I've been going to the AAC since built. Born and raised Texan.
Yeehaw.
However, this is a delayed process. This was actually supposed to happen before COVID.
Oh, she's got the inside scoop.
I may or may not have heard of it.
Breaking news here. You heard it live on April Fool's Day at 9/11. So.
But I want to commend the American Airlines Center for actually opting to pay their employees to continue to have a job rather than getting all new equipment for the inside. So during COVID, they paid their people to work rather than replacing everything, which I think was
major problem.
So this is your fault.
Yeah. I guess.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
But
Not
sure.
anymore.
Why not?
Jason, what are your thoughts on the new Jumbotron? What advertisement are you most excited to see on the Jumbotron going into the next season?
What a hockey, obviously.
Bam.
I was thinking, like, what it might cost to get it up there. I
I got distracted by the dog.
There was a cute little dog, man.
There's
like
a dog?
It was a little Doge dog, a Shiba.
Yeah,
Little doji dog?
yeah. Hey, actually, let's check in
Sorry.
on my Doge account, man. Let me see how many negative dollars I have.
I was going to say Doja. I thought you meant Doja Cat.
No, oh, Doja
She's
Cat.
fabulous, though. Let's be honest.
She is. Good for
yeah.
her for being her.
I mean, we could talk about Doja right now. I mean,
Let's go with our questions.
Yeah, let's
All right,
move on.
fine.
Let's move on.
No, with the AAC though, I'm excited about it. I'm ecstatic. As far as like logos, give me the Ford logo. I mean, I'm just because a realist there. That's definitely what you're gonna see there.
It's funny that you said that because they have the Ford logo on the ice right now.
See?
Fails on race day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No. First on race day. So
Well, if you're not
my how the
first,
turntables have turned.
if you're not first, hey, look, there's the new extension. Ryan Suter on the screen.
17 hot
years.
dogs
I heard they were gonna.
and a bag of pies.
Yeah, I heard they
And a
were gonna
partridge in a
throw.
pear tree.
I was gonna say they were gonna throw in a walker for him because he's gonna need it pretty soon.
To hang it all up.
Same, though. Same.
He sucks. Anyway, moving on. It's WrestleMania weekend, by the way. That
Is
doesn't
it?
have anything to do with the next question, but I just had an update on my phone.
But now you know.
So I love that somebody asked this, and I'm gonna throw it to Patrick first and foremost. That was a fantastic poke check there by Jake Ottinger. They're making a movie about Wayne Gretzky, Patty, and they need someone to play him. Who plays Wayne Gretzky in his biopic?
Man, I was just about to look up Wayne Gretzky lookalikes because I've been thinking on it. I have no idea.
Okay, no idea.
I'm going to defer for a moment while I do a quick Google.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. He's already played a legendary character in a movie about a legendary hockey personality in Don Cherry. And that is, I don't know. I do know his name. His name's Jared Kiso. And
Oh,
when
good
I
one, yeah.
yeah, when I
Shorzy.
say that, you're probably thinking, yeah, oh, what's that name? He's Shorzy and Wayne in Letterkenny. So he's already played Don Cherry, a young Don Cherry in his biopic. Bring him in.
Oh,
I mean,
okay, there we go. Just have Fink do it. Love it.
you know what?
I was gonna say
I don't have any issue shaving and dyeing my hair to match a personality. So, I mean, the skill is already there. I've got that.
Yeah, dude.
Which
Putting
is
up
why,
99 points a season. Like,
yeah, which is why I'm a hottest free agent in D-League hockey here in DFW.
can confirm.
Without a doubt. I'm a sub on like 3 teams, and I've only played 1 game.
Wow, that Fink's so hot right now.
I've got a really busy schedule, and I have an issue with commitment.
There it is, ladies. There it is.
hey, he's single, y'all. Wait.
It's sad.
Anyway, so if I was going to say somebody right now
Stickers.
somebody right now off ice to play Gretzky, I was going to say William Dafoe.
Oh, my.
That would be Willem
Okay.
Dafoe.
Yeah.
Will I am
So-
Dafoe.
Well,
Legally, his name is William, but when he became an actor, he changed it to Willem. I actually heard an interview about
I
that.
think that's like a SAG requirement, like your name has to be unique. So there may be a previous William Dafoe actor.
That
Are
had
you
a
telling-
SAG card.
Are you telling me Joaquin Phoenix's name is actually Doug? Anything that you want to bring us, I'll actually no. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
20 of
Okay.
them.
Oh, that's a
Uh-oh.
dangerous game.
thanks, Blake.
Thanks,
Does he know we love Jaeger and hate vodka?
Whether it's dark or light, I will be in fright.
Anyway, thoughts on
Doug
Dafoe?
Phoenix. Willem Dafoe. I love that idea.
Huh?
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
out. Is Joaquin Phoenix's name really Doug Phoenix?
No,
That sounds like a shitty stripper name. It's Doug Phoenix to the stage.
like a WWE.
Yes, there we go. WrestleMania. Back to WrestleMania.
WWE falls on hard times.
Hey, ladies,
yeah.
Is your favorite state Arizona? Well, you're going to love our next guy. It's Doug Phoenix.
Jason,
else has
Joaquin
dry
Phoenix's
spell?
actual name is Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Raphael Phoenix.
That makes sense.
Oh, I love that. Raphael.
So his brother's name was Doug.
He
Had
did.
R.I.P.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
That river ran dry. Anyway,
Oh.
Stepping into that bear trap.
bing bong. Sorry.
Pollen.
That's dark.
Next question.
Okay, so I think we can all collectively agree that Willem Dafoe would be a fantastic Wayne Gretzky.
Willem Dafoe in like a curly mullet would be pretty fantastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you'd have to, like, late 80s, like, Gretzky, man.
Just all the copious amounts of hairspray.
Okay, I'm going to bring up another
It's called
question.
Aquanet.
I'm going to bring up another question. This is not hockey related, but it is Willem Dafoe related. That's a really big shot. That's a really big shot.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's a
We're gonna
beer
die.
shot, I think. I think we're okay.
Maybe
You
a
guys
flight
have
of beer.
watched.
What are these?
That's a beer shot.
Oh my God.
Shot of beer?
Shot in a beer?
Oh, thank goodness. I got really scared there for a moment.
Might be.
Aquanet.
I'm in service, man. I get it.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You're in
Thank you,
service
sir.
right now?
I'm in crowd service or customer service. Hell yeah.
Yeah, stars come back on the rise.
Something going.
Be gentle. I'm just going to touch
Yeah,
when I
Very
touch.
carefully.
Gently touch the tips.
Yep. And down the hatch. This one's for everyone that's watching.
All the homies out there.
Nom, 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 nom.
Thanks so much.
That's good. What beer is that? That was the Kingsville Chip Style Lager.
That's what you had earlier.
Bam. Always want to give a great shout out to Blake and Jared from Northside Drafthouse for all their hospitality. My question to you guys, and Marty Turco and Al Montoya in the house,
Al
two
Montoya.
legendary NHL goalies at one time. So my question for you guys, and this is, like I said, not a hockey thing, but it's a Willem Dafoe thing. What is your favorite Willem Dafoe role that he has played?
William Dafoe.
Just him as a person.
I am.
Whenever he's on, like, I don't know, Jay Leno or something like that. And
I was
he's
gonna
just being
say-
himself.
Willem Dafoe plays William Dafoe.
I
Yeah.
hope it's okay
In
that
the
I have to look
biopic
it up.
of William
I can't remember it
Dafoe.
off the top of my head.
Willem Dafoe playing
While you
himself
guys-
in his own biopic.
Exactly. And he's like made up in all different stages of his life.
That's like a Zach Galifianakis between the two ferns kind of thing. Hello, I'm Zach Galifianakis. Today I'll be playing the role of Zach Galifianakis from Between Two Ferns. My personal favorite. I don't remember his name, but it was his role in Boondock Saints when he played the gay detective,
Yes.
and he was like cream and it was like a little cream, sweet and low, and he just got really into it. Green Goblin is another great one. Yeah. Symbolism.
I think that's the most widely known role for William Dafoe.
The Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I named my green gloves for the Green
He
Goblins.
wasn't he also in Aquaman, right?
Yes, he was his dad.
Yeah.
He was Aqua Dad.
Aquaman.
Let's go! Let's go!
I missed it.
The Dallas Stars have pulled within one of the lowly ball sack Avalanche. Tyler Sagan on the power play.
Fucking A.
I believe from Jason Robertson. Go ahead and tally a point to that
Another guy's-
record-breaking
what is that,
year.
95 now?
That'd been Tommy.
And we got
Hell yeah,
high fives
hell
from
yeah.
Jared coming in. We're binging. We're bonging. Marty Turco's in a pink pullover. Everyone's having a good time.
Pink pullover in the Travis Matthew jeans.
Oh, he wants to be on Spit and
That's how
Chicklets.
you know he's got money.
He's got hockey money. He so badly wants to be a part of the Spit and Chicklets
Yes, he was
sandbagger.
also in Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquanet, Aquadad, Aquaman, Willem Dafoe. That's what we call. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so this next one is a hot topic para mí. And the question is, do you, and by you, they mean us, think fighting will be banned from the NHL?
Okay,
Shannon's got her hands up, so I'm going to her first.
I have thoughts. So, where do I start? I'm sorry.
Mind you, she's a hockey mom, so this is probably going to upset some people.
Okay, so I know that in Europe, or the Europe and KHL,
Come on.
That's an almost.
sorry.
It's all right.
So Europe and KHL, it's very, very skill focused. They don't
Right.
allow fighting. Fighting is like not allowed. You
It
fight
is quite
around.
frowned upon, yes.
There we go.
So-
Get it out.
And what was it? The OHL, which one?
I believe it's the Q something HL. It's the French Quebec League.
It's the French
It's
Canadian.
of course, it's the French that don't want to fight.
If you're French Canadian, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You also understand. You are not
Yeah.
allowed to fight in hockey anymore. So as a hockey mom, I understand it. However, growing up on NHL, it is vital to ticket sales.
It
It
is.
is why the NHL gets as paid as they do. And it's a really crappy payment. It really is. But if we did not have fighting, they would not have the payments that they would. Fighting
I
is
agree.
the way people live.
I
That's
agree.
how I feel. Is it going to go anywhere in the NHL? No, absolutely
No.
not.
Because at that level, it's like football. Once you make it to the NFL, once you make it to the top league, I get that there are definitely repercussions for the profession that you have,
Yep.
but you also know the risks going into it and growing up with it. Parents do. Parents know the risks that is involved with a contact sport, regardless. Concussions happen everywhere, not just in hockey, but football,
In life, on a playground.
baseball, playgrounds. I once got a concussion from waking up too fast.
I mean, I think the big difference that you have to consider with the professional athletes and like concussions, yeah, you want to try and regulate it out as much as you can, but also like they get health insurance provided by the league, which helps a lot.
Right.
But I think when you get into the lower leagues, or even to the ECHL almost, because those guys don't make enough money to really justify your brain being messed up for the rest of your life. I think we could see it phased out up to the AHL level, but I don't think the NHL will ever completely phase it out.
I only disagree because I think it's going to get, if it does get phased out, up to the ECHL level.
Yeah.
Because a big thing with the NHL and their image, which they are doing a phenomenally terrible job with, if it's not on TV, in my opinion, they don't care.
Yeah.
The NHL is so worried about what they look like on TV that
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max. That they don't care what goes on in lower leagues.
Yeah.
So like the AHL, the ECHL, and then the Fed, the USPHL, all those like junior leagues too. They don't care. What they really care about is what's on TV. So as long as the AHL and the ECHL are not fully televised, I don't think they're ever going to touch it in those minor leagues.
That's fair.
I do love, Shannon, that you brought up the leagues overseas, because you look at Liga. Liga's a big one. Our buddy Les, that's playing with Ilves right now, they're in the midst of a playoff race. They are 1-1 against the Pelicans. They lost today, unfortunately, but it is so frowned upon in Finland because the ice is bigger. It's not made for open ice hits. It's made for more finesse, more movement.
It's all skill based.
It's all skill based.
That's what Les said was like, it's such a big transition to the speed.
Right.
Right. It's. I mean, it depends on where you come from. As a hockey mom, I understand why you're more concerned about fighting because it doesn't have long-term effects
But
with the
at the same
concussions.
time, if someone comes at my son, they better regret it at the end of the day.
It's because you're going to come on the ice and beat him up.
No, because I want my
Uh-uh.
son to stand up for himself. I want him. I've taught him. If someone comes at you, you grab the front of that jersey, you swing with
Yeah.
it. Like, you know.
Now, okay, this is something a little haywire. I wonder if there has ever been a kid. By the way, Jason Robertson, 100 goals on the season, not a big deal. I wonder if there's ever been a kid who just like pulls his bucket off, full like goon style, and says, "Let's go." Throws the gloves down, takes the cage or bubble off, and says, "Let's go." I want to meet that kid.
I know him. I will introduce you to him. And he's a wonderful child, and I love him so very much.
His name Jack.
It's my son. No, it's one of his best friends. Yeah, he's a great kid. But he will F you up.
Did you read Kelly's comment? Kelly wanted to say hi
Yeah.
to Shannon.
Yep. No, it's Max talking
Oh.
to her. So Max is trying to go to bed. Like we're trying to get Max to sleep, and he's
Oh,
really upset that I'm
no.
not there
We're getting-
right now.
Yeah,
We're getting-
what's his usual bedtime?
Tell Max
Oh,
that
like
he's
7:30.
Tell Max he's got to go to bed so he can have dreams and he can tell us all about him tomorrow.
That's true,
Yeah.
dude. You gotta
Don't
go to bed,
watch
man.
Uncle Fink's screen because he's going to be vaping.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
He's
I hope you have a
probably
good night,
listening.
Max.
Oh, Kikoa says that you have to play Gretzky, by the way.
He's right. Like I said, I already have the hands. So moving on, this is a not a Stars related question, but it is a hockey question. Are the Bruins really going to make it all the way?
Stranger
Absolutely
things
David
not.
David
Absolutely
Pastrnak.
Watch,
David
they're gonna
Pastrnak
pull
got
a
100
Maple
points.
Leafs and throw in the first round.
Okay,
That's what I'm
so
saying. They're going to be a one and done.
no, I don't believe it.
I don't know, man.
I would be beyond surprised.
You know,
Astonished.
as much as I'm obviously a very avid Stars fan, I want Monty to have this.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. I feel like if you're like a hockey fan, obviously you have your Western Conference team.
Sure.
You also have your Eastern Conference team. And I was very fortunate to go see a game in Boston at TD Garden back in 2019 where they played the Devils in Brad Marchand's game where he scored his 666th point, by the way.
That
It
makes
was
sense.
very much like a storyline kind of thing. I fell in love with the Bruins and fell in love with Boston. Boston's my East Coast team, and I have no shame in that. I love Pastrnak. I love Marchand. I don't care what you think about him. I hope if the Stars can't win it, I hope Boston does. They're on a historic tear. I love Boston. I love the city. I love the people. I love their food.
Monty,
I love Monty.
I love Monty.
I'm gonna say Boston, Dallas in 6.
I'm going to be so torn if Boston and Dallas make it because obviously I want Dallas to win it. Boston's done it. Boston's done it a bunch of times, but it's Monty. Monty has had a weird couple of seasons.
You know what?
So
let him get there again, but this is our time. This is our time.
From like a mom perspective, I feel like he needs this win. You know what I mean? Like he's been through some stuff, and he was able to like climb back up and reclaim like kind of what it is.
And he's seemingly kept his family together, which is great because honestly, in those situations, it's not surprising to see what happened break the family apart. So it's nice that he kept it together. I would not hate it if the Stars can't make the Stanley Cup Finals for the Boston Bruins, not only one to make the Stanley Cup finals, but to win. I don't know. Pat, what do you think?
I could see probably a second round exit. I think what's going to be tricky is that can they hand me Jason's headphones?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Put those bad boys on. Get in the mix.
I borrowed your headphones. Oh my God, I can't hear.
Yeah, welcome back.
I've
been trying to kind of like shout, but not like to the point where it's obnoxious in the microphone.
Yeah, I can like hear you guys, but not super great. But I think it's probably like a second or conference finals exit for Boston. And here's why. I actually think having home field. See, I'm hearing my own echo. Having home ice advantage, I think, is helpful most of the time, but Linus Ullmark is actually better on the road than he is at home. He's like 17. I don't get it. But he's like 17, 3-1 on the road with like a 940 save percentage almost. He's a god. Well, look who showed up.
I must ask you a question. I think it's his birthday.
Today is AJ's birthday.
It's my birthday.
Oh my God.
I love that you brought that up, Pat, because that's something that I've been really, really worried about with the Dallas Stars is the goaltending. Obviously, Ottinger's your guy.
Right.
It's been proven time and time again this season. But this is only, like, what is it, his second full season with the Dallas Stars? And you're treating him like Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
And I made this comment before. Unless you have Andrei Vasilevsky or two solid goaltenders like a Ottinger and a 1B, it's going to be really difficult for you to push into the playoffs because you're not going to be able to give your starting goaltender a break. And we're seeing that now. The Dallas Stars are playing the Arizona Coyotes, who they won or beat last night, and now the reigning Stanley Cup defending champions, Colorado Avalanche, and Ottinger on a back-to-back, and Ottinger's having to play both nights.
Yeah.
As a franchise, you should not be putting your sophomore goaltender in that situation, regardless of what you think he's going to be. That's why Ben Bishop's career was so weird, is because I think he was pushed so hard. He was never really given a break because he was just inserted in that 1A role and never given a break. And that's really the problem that I have with this team right now as Colorado goes on the power play with 1:06 left in the second. Ottinger is going to be great. He's already proven it. The series against Calgary last year. But you don't want to put too much on his back where his legs break. No pun intended. But if you continue to put this kind of load on his back, it's bound to catch up.
You don't want his legs to physically break.
Yeah, and you look at Wedgwood, which I love Wedgie. We all do. He's having issues, and now he's back. But minor malfunction aside, Wedgie was in Cedar Park for a stint.
Bye. Nice. He signed it. There we go. Shout out, Marty.
We're doing everything we want here. It doesn't matter. This is our show, not yours. But yeah, I worry about the load Ottinger's had to carry, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen next as time moves on. So, Jason, what's going on, man? How's the pizza here?
Dude, the pizza's fantastic. I got the classic pepperoni pizza from Northside. It is phenomenal. Perfect amount of sauce to pepperoni ratio. The
Speaking
cheese
of
is
sauce,
beautiful.
head over to saucetoss.com and use code WATASAUCE for 10% off your entire order heading into the spring and summertime here in Texas and all over the U.S. Saucetoss.com. Hashtag
Bags for beauties, yeah. Bags for beauties.
So we're running with 3 cameras, and that's okay. And
There
the
we
Avalanche
go.
just went up 3-1 on their power play. Ottinger looks dejected. McKinnon just scored his second. It makes you wonder why Ottinger is playing 2 back-to-back games. It's because he has 2 AHL goaltenders, one that was in the ECHL at one point this season, backing him up right now as Wedgwood is on a conditioning reassignment down in Cedar Park with the Texas Stars, who I will say, Ottinger should have stopped that, who I will say, the Texas Stars did clinch a playoff spot in the Calder Cup finals. So there is some good news. Pat, I'm going to move on to the next question.
Okay.
And I have a list for you.
Okay.
Because the question is, and Jason, are you here for this?
Yeah, I'm here.
Who is the best Swedish player of all time?
Oh, man.
And I'm going to give you some names because there's a lot of them. You know,
Yeah, you're going to have to give me a list. I'm going to have to choose because
Matthias Janmark.
Janmark's solid.
I don't know that he's the best ever.
No, definitely not.
Mika Zibanejad, Nicholas Backstrom, Erik Karlsson, Gabriel Landeskog, Victor Hedman, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Philippe Forsberg, Elias Lindholm, Elias Pettersson, Rasmus Dahlin, Patrick Hornqvist, William Nylander, Jesper Bratt, Ricard Raquel, Mikael Backlund, Adam Larson, Victor Arvidsson, William Karlsson, and my personal favorite, John Klingberg. My answer is John Klingberg. I'm going to throw my phone down.
It's none of those.
It's none of those?
No, you didn't list the one Swedish player. You said greatest of all time, right?
It's Peter Forsberg, isn't it?
Peter Forsberg.
It's Peter
Forsberg.
Forsberg. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's him
the
or
other
Nicholas.
Forsberg.
It's him
The
or
other
Nicholas.
Forsberg.
But there's Nicholas Lidstrom as well.
Yeah, still give me Forsberg over that one.
Yeah, I'm sticking with John Klingberg on my end. The greatest Swedish hockey player of all time.
I mean, he was pretty sweet, if you know what I mean.
Hey, I pedaled next to him once
Oh, yeah?
at a gym. Yeah, we cycled together. I was too nervous.
Did like a
Yeah.
5:30 a.m. spin class.
Yet he had all 845 veins popping out of his thighs. It was weird. That's the best Swedish player of all time.
It's Peter Forsberg.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go against the time and say or tied. It's not Mika Zibanejad. Mika Zibanejad over Peter Forsberg.
No.
And Nicholas Lidstrom and John Klingberg. Shannon gave me a dirty look for that one. Shannon's having some technical difficulties with her Lippy laptop.
Lappy
so
Toppy Diety.
in the meantime, I think this is a pretty easy question, in my personal opinion, if you guys are thinking of the same games that I'm thinking of.
Ooh,
What are some of the best rivalry games in hockey history? I already have mine. It's very easy in my opinion.
Let's hear it.
It's the Colorado Avalanche versus the Detroit Red Wings.
That's what I was.
They wrote a book about it. They have documentaries about it. There was so much blood. Dominik Hasek. I mean, you think about like the playoff series that they had. Literally, it was one of the most historic, if not the most historic rivalry in all of hockey, other than the Soviet Union in America, which what up, America?
I think we're forgetting completely about the District 5 and Hawks rivalry from Mighty Ducks. Can we not forget about that?
I can't. But Emilio Estevez was a Hawk at one time. I don't want to.
Yeah, but obviously the Ducks came out on top of that, and they're the yeah
Quack, quack, quack,
exactly.
quack, quack. They suck
I think that
so
means let
bad
Shannon
this
back
year.
in.
Oh, Shannon's coming back in?
Yeah,
Technical difficulties aside, the prettiest member of Wada Hockey is finally back in. Thank you guys for
Can you guys just like
tuning
get
in.
closer
Use
together?
the right side with the mic, and I'll use the,
Exactly.
I use the ear.
That's what I was going to suggest.
I
It's like,
can't.
you guys,
I can't hear shit.
What?
you just guys get closer.
I know.
Get closer. Like you care about each other.
This table's bolted into the ground, so you're good. You can
See,
punch it.
Steve's not watching, so you're good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was terrible. Joke.
So, Shannon.
I can't hear you.
So,
I
Shannon.
have two in my backpack at like all times.
Sitting, but
I'm just going to say, so, Shannon, until she hears me. You can hear me? Okay, the only problem is I don't think she has a microphone.
how about now?
That's so good. You have to hold it there the entire
do.
time.
Like one of those.
We're gonna have to like Lady and the Tramp. This
Yeah.
microphone.
So
Sorry,
the,
Steve.
the question was, what are some of the best rivalry games in hockey history? We've got the Mighty Ducks. We've got the Detroit Red Wings and Colorado Avalanche in the 90s.
Okay.
I don't think the Nashville Predators and Stars is a true rivalry because we're
Not yet.
we're worlds ahead of them.
I would even argue that the Red Wings and the Stars have a bit of a.
I was going to say,
You know, I will never forget. I was at Mike Madonna's last game. That was emotional. You know, everybody in the arena is crying. Everybody.
When he played for the Red Wings or the Stars?
Stars for his
Okay.
last game.
Gotcha.
So that was supposed to be, he's done with hockey. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He
Yeah.
went and signed a year with Detroit.
Because the Dallas Stars wouldn't give him a contract, right?
Well, no, also he wanted to retire as a Red Wing.
which was
Dumb.
complete BS.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
I had the great misfortune of reading his book because literally,
He had a book.
oh yeah, I'm gonna let you
Is it
guess
called?
the title.
Is it called The Mo You Know?
Ooh,
It would have been better if it was that.
it's worse.
And I have
It's
to
his
pee,
number,
so
9.
I'm gonna. It's just called 9.
9.
Ugh, that's a bad. Or there's one part. That's a dark joke. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You guys carry it.
Great idea.
I got the questions pulled.
Okay.
We'll move on.
Hey, make good choices in there.
Okay, we're gonna pivot a little bit.
I love a good
non-hockey
pivot.
talk.
Let's hear it.
Why is I think we know the answer. Why is Mexican Coke so much better than regular?
Yes, this is a very important question. This is actually for somebody that is here in attendance tonight.
Well, he's gonna get an answer.
Okay.
Because it's made with real sugar.
Yes.
Yeah, real
actual
sugar cane.
cane sugar.
It's so delicious. I can drink like 8 of them and not feel guilty about it too.
So, Tommy and Dylan, stop this nonsense. Mexican Coke is and always will be, unless the American Coke figures out the real sugar situation.
It's always going to be superior.
It's
It
why
will always
double and
be.
Dr. Pepper is better than
Double
regular
Dr.
Dr.
See,
Pepper.
they get it.
All right,
They get it.
Agreed.
R.I.P.
Highly recommend the Double and Dr. Pepper documentary on Amazon, by the way.
And also, if
Narrated
you've never
by
done the
David.
tour, have you done the tour?
No.
No.
It's pretty dope.
Do they still offer it?
Yeah. I mean, for work, I went with a bunch of seniors prior to COVID,
Right.
but they may still do it.
Yeah, and they still sell, I think it's Dublin, I don't know, something. But they sell the Dublin drinks at E.T.'s,
There we go.
which E.T.'s highly recommend also.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the salmon there, the dance special.
Get your salmon and broccoli.
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay.
the next question. Also not Dallas Stars related,
No.
but still important nonetheless because I firmly believe he's one of the best defensemen in NHL history. Is Sidney Crosby the most underrated hockey player ever?
I wouldn't even say he's underrated.
I don't
I think
agree
he's
that
perfectly
underrated.
I think
rated.
he's appropriately rated as a player. I think he's just not marketed a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's just a really, really good hockey player who isn't overly, like, to me, I don't see, like, the overly cockiness there. Like, he knows he's a good player, so he's very mature about it. And he's just like, yeah, I'm great. I know it. Suck my dick.
And I mean, when you think of the expectations that were placed upon him when he came to the league, Sid the Kid, all that good stuff. He's lived up to it and then some. He's a multi-time Stanley Cup champion.
Sidney Crosby, the most underrated player.
No, not even remotely. He's properly rated.
He's properly rated.
Yeah.
He is adequately
consensus.
rated.
Yeah.
And honestly, I actually have my son watch some of his videos for defensive moves back in the corner.
So he can see like when to cry.
Genius. Yeah. When
you're not wrong.
When to give up. Yes, exactly. No, I love Sidney Crosby, and I wish we had more Sidney Crosby.
Okay.
I wish it was more readily available in DFW, though, honestly.
Let me pose this question
without seeing it on like ESPN top 10.
Right.
Let me pose this to you guys then, and I'm sorry to interrupt the conversation. If you had to pick one person,
good,
just your blessing.
Just your blessing.
Yes.
Sure.
He needs a hug.
Oh, shit. I definitely could ask Blake for another beer.
Oh shit.
Balake.
If you guys had to pick,
shit, my beer, dude. I didn't see you empty.
If you guys had to pick between Alexander Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby inserted onto the Stars, who would it be?
I would pick Sidney Crosby based on attitude and leadership.
Alexander Ovechkin's Russian, though. Russian machine don't break.
In Russia, machine break you.
Machine break you.
Exactly.
I feel like Sidney Crosby brings a different style of leadership that this team could desperately use.
I agree. I just feel like where this team is at right now, Ovechkin's a better person for the locker room because we have a leader. Sidney Crosby is a head of a locker room kind of guy. He comes in, that's your guy, that's your captain. We have that.
But counterpoint, Joe Pavelski is a head of a locker room kind of guy, and he came in and realized that Jamie's the captain.
Yeah,
and
that's true. That's very true.
He's like probably an unofficial co-captain.
Yeah,
but he realized that it's Jamie's locker room and stepped down accordingly after San Jose.
I will only say this: which of those two guys is on pace to break Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record?
Okay, but
Russian machine never break.
Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But also, as an older player, it's okay to help the younger players set up play. Teach them the game. Be their mentor, as Pavelski is with Wyatt.
That's true. I mean, Ovechkin does have gray hair.
So do I!
Yeah, I was going to say.
I do too. It's coming in.
That's fair track number 2.
I'm having to deal. I'm having to deal with it. I don't think I think that Crosby is very, very properly rated. He's properly rated. Cut and dry. Huh?
I mean, we all agreed. I definitely think he's perfectly rated. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, he's super mature about being one of the greatest players in the NHL.
Yeah, and I'll say this: I don't hate Sidney Crosby. I know a lot of people hate him because he whines, he cries, and he does. But that's part of his game. That's part of his modus operandi. That's just who Sidney Crosby is. Luka does too, and well, he hasn't won any championships.
Yeah,
and it's way harder to win a championship in the NHL than it is in the NBA. The NBA is a joke. The NBA is an absolute joke. Whatever.
We're not a basketball podcast.
Yeah, not a basketball podcast. I almost did post the basketball thing today because they proposed.
We should have posted hold on. I do have a question.
Okay.
I do have a question. Why do we always call it What a Hockey instead of water hockey like we always say with Whataburger?
Whataburger.
We always say Whataburger, but we never say water hockey.
So it's funny that you asked that because I actually saw something where Whataburger came out and said the official pronunciation is
Yeah, that's what I'm
Waterburger.
saying. Yeah.
We're not water hockey. We are water hockey.
Exactly.
There's not as much enthusiasm behind
I was
water.
surprised by that tweet.
I thought it-
Yeah, me too.
Water
Patrick's coming
burger.
back. I want to get his take on this too.
Yeah. Patrick, we need your official opinion on this.
We need your official opinion on how to pronunciate
So
our podcast. Because Waterburger came out on Twitter and spelled it out phonetically. Waterburger.
burger.
Look, I'll show
Like
you.
Waterburger.
Yeah, but the official Cheez-Its rep also said multiple Cheez-Its are called Cheez-It crackers. So
That's
they're
a
wrong.
lie. Yep. So
Okay.
here,
It's what a burger. What a burger.
yeah.
Nope, not according to their Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
reject their reality and substitute my own.
You know what?
I want to
I'm
share.
here for that.
I
I'm here
want
for that.
I want a lot of hockey shirt that says exactly that. I reject your reality and substitute it with my own.
Hey,
Guys.
bring hockey back. Let's get that. Let's work on that.
I'm realizing this may have been an April Fool's.
Wait, it was?
We may have
It wasn't
been.
today,
Son
was
of a
it?
bitch.
I need you to find out because I can't find it.
We've been double timed.
We may have been double timed.
Have we been hoodwinked?
We've been
Bamboozled.
bamboozled.
Yeah,
We've been bamboozled. We've been
I
forcocked.
pronounced bamboozled, not
We've been hoodwinked.
Find it.
No, I believe the official bamboozled Twitter account said that we've been bamboozled, not hoodwinked.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
how you pronounce it.
Classic Chicago Whataburger.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
get me
they
started
sold
on
out. They sold out.
that. Don't get me started on that.
So back to
get me
the
started.
back to the questions. We got two more. What is the next city to get an NHL franchise, and what will their name be?
Can I tell you who it's not going to be?
Houston.
Houston.
See, that's
Shout
where-
out to Spit and Chicklets, by the way, for their ultimate April Fool's post, where they posted a faux Elliot Friedman post on Twitter saying that the Coyotes were moving to Houston, and all the Houstonians with their garbage weather and their dirt traffic and their awful city, they have good food, but everything else sucks. Getting excited for like a split second.
I mean, I know obviously today was a joke, yada, yada, yada. I really think that's a legit possibility. I know we're all shitting on the idea. Quebec City might be a better suited city for it, but I think Houston might actually take the cake with it.
You said who? Kansas City?
No, Houston.
Oh, but you
Oh,
said
Quebec City.
sorry, Quebec City.
I was gonna say
It's
Yeah,
going to
so-
be the Quebec City Quebecois.
the Quebecois.
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 That's
You heard
that's the name for people from Quebec.
I really wish I would go back to the Nordiques though. Like, I mean, I genuinely like that.
Oh my God,
Obviously,
yeah.
Colorado has a history in the same way that Minnesota has.
I was gonna say, but it doesn't matter to the Minnesota North Stars, even though they use our
Exactly.
history. Sorry, you lost your hockey team because your owner was a piece of shit.
But
Sorry.
I would love to see the Quebec Nordiques though.
Have y'all seen that arena in Quebec City?
Yeah,
It's
Where?
stupid nice.
yeah.
I'm pulling it up right now.
That is
That's the
the
thing, though, like-
The fucking Coyotes are playing in a 5,000 person arena.
College stadium.
Listen,
But I've heard it's nice.
it's not.
Yeah, when the
that.
curtains pulled back and it only shows like half the people, they're like, hey, I know it's a 5,000 person stadium, but we're only selling 2,500 seats. So you can only sit on that side, you know.
Look at this. Quebec City inaugurates hockey arena with record-breaking crowd. They had more than 18,000 spectators in the arena. That's an NHL crowd.
No,
I don't know
it really
that
is.
Houston's gonna do that.
Houston would do that, but I don't want them to. I hate that city with such a passion.
That's the
Then
thing.
I just-
I think they could sustain that. They could do exactly what the Stars did when moving down from Minnesota.
We've been asked this question before, and my answer was the San Antonio Rampage. I love the city of San Antonio. I think that is a phenomenal fan base. You look at what they've done with the Spurs. They absolutely rally around that team. You look at everything. TV ads, adverts on the side of the road. everywhere, the Spurs are there. If the San Antonio community came in around a hockey team, a professional hockey team, they had the AHL Rampage. The only downside was it was kind of outside of it's kind of like Arizona was dealing with when they had their arena in Glendale, where you had to go out in the middle of nowhere. You look at the Florida Panthers, same thing.
It'd be like the Stars actually playing in Frisco, or the Rangers, exactly.
Yeah.
Or the Dallas Cowboys playing in Arlington.
Yeah. Except people are obsessed with that mediocre dog shit franchise for some reason.
Well, I mean,
I blame Tony Romo. He sucks. Tony Romo is the most overrated NFL player of all time. What did he win? Nothing. What did he catch? Not the field goal. Fumbled that one. I hate Tony Romo.
Hey, why are you making us cry right now? Why are you making me cry right now?
I'm sorry. I hate Tony Romo. I hope Joe Pavelski beats him in every golf tournament from now on. It's 3-1. Avalanche are up with 19:38 left in the third period. Let's see if the Stars can make an epic comeback.
I'm gonna take the
Stars. The Stars can clinch if they win tonight. If not, we play on to see another day.
Also, one point about the Quebec City inaugural game.
What?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Cassie Volpe, by the way. Who's Tony Romo? A bum. A bum.
What?
I was like, what is this sound?
Yeah, I know. I'm turning it off.
But the 18,000 was for a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League game.
Quebec fucking loves their hockey, man.
You know what? I say give Canada. I say give Canada another franchise so they'll never win a Stanley Cup in Canada again.
Only going on 30 years.
Yeah, why not? Ever since Gary Bettman came into power, Canada has not won a Stanley Cup.
I think there's a conspiracy there.
Do you know that Gary Bettman is the first commissioner? Previously, they were called presidents.
That makes sense.
So he's the first formal
Kim Jong Bettman. Kim Jong Bettman
I
strikes
believe
again.
that's pronounced dictatorship.
Yeah, he is an absolute joke. What a
All right,
hobbit.
last question.
All right, last question of the evening. Marty Turco and Al Montoya are definitely here, but whatever. We'll get pictures with them. What is the best NHL video game of all time? Patrick's got his hand raised. I'm going to Patrick.
NHL hits 2002.
Oh,
2000
I have to
what?
agree.
3?
2002.
2? Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
NHL 93 on Sega Genesis.
Solid answer. Mine is NHL 2003 with Jerome McGinley in the Blasty jersey on the front cover with one of the best, if not the best, game soundtrack of all time.
Volpe says NHL 94.
94 was
Okay,
solid.
on what though?
On what?
Obviously Sega
Super
Genesis.
Nintendo or Sega Genesis?
Obviously Sega Genesis.
I think it's going to be a Super Nintendo.
I'm going to go with Nintendo.
I'm gonna go with the under on here. What are we talking about?
Also,
Of course you are.
for future reference, guys, I do have a Super Nintendo with 2 controllers and NHL 96, I believe, so we can play a little
You know
four.
what's funny is that
What's
I know
funny?
you have something like that, but yet on a 64, my son still beat you.
Oh, in Mario
Okay.
Kart.
Well,
Shout out to the last time we were here.
tell him I can drive a real car. So,
Drive your own self to practice.
can you buy cigarettes, nerd?
No, actually, you can't.
Exactly.
No one can. Did you guys hear? I mean,
I would tell.
bringing it back to not sports right now, but apparently, if you were born after 2006, you can't even buy actual cigarettes anymore.
That's probably good for you. They suck.
No, absolutely,
They
they
smell.
suck for you. So
So what do you what?
Vape.
they're gonna make you vape instead.
Really?
I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't care.
So out of touch.
I have a dog.
That's my bedtime. Who are you people?
Where am I?
It's past
Marty!
5:30.
Well, guys, NHL 2003 is the right answer. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and hanging out with us. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate you for tuning in tonight. We're going to cut it off here in an hour. Stars are currently down 3-1 to the Colorado Avalanche at the ball sack. The Avalanche won't win the Stanley Cup this year, so there's not a back-to-back chance, not in a million years. They're just not good enough. They don't have the goaltending. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in live from Northside Drafthouse. Let's give them the sign-off. Shannon, let them know.
Make good choices, Dallas.
Stay sassy.
Stay moist.
And don't, for any reason, even if you smell like cigarette smoke, which is disgusting, forget your Kermit tattoos. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.